Hello, trombone friends. This is Dr. Jeff Phillips from Belmont University, and I'm looking now at the grade 9 and 10 trombone lyrical etude. Look at that one. First things first, please look at that key signature. There's one sharp. One thing you need to do is just pound a G major scale in your head, and if you're used to playing it down here, good, but you need to really, to play this one, this etude successfully, work on E, out, flat second, F sharp, sharp third, so that a flat second to a sharp third is not that far. And then high G in sharp second. What if I play all those notes not in those positions and out of tune? What would it sound like? Like this. Unfortunately, some judges may be forced to listen to that on audition day because people did not watch this video and adhere to my advice. So, that would be 4 good notes to just play over and over and really lock them in pitch-wise. Follow the yellow brick road. Okay? So, there's thing 1. So make sure you got that key in there, in your head. My puppy's barking that out there. Okay, thing 2. The 6/8. Don't let that throw you off. It says an 8th note equals, and then there's 96 to 108. So throughout this, you can think 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6. 8th note's going to get 1. Dotted 8th note 3. Quarter note 2. The 16th notes are therefore, I hate to say it this way, but they're kind of like 8th notes. So they're 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 5 and 6. Depending on how you've been taught to count. If it's been some weird way, don't tell me. Okay, so first measure, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6. Second measure, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6. Let's look at that. All right, key signature, key signature. You've got the D that you could play in 4th, but just because of the direction of the slide, personally, I think I would play it in 1st. But just want to throw that out there. It's not a right or wrong, it's just a preference. So whatever works for you. Okay. Again, look back at my legato videos on my website, jeffphillipstrombone.com. That's jeffphillipstrombone.com. And can get some hints on how to make that smooth. When I play legato or passages like that, I like to mix natural slurs with very legato tonguing so that everything sounds kind of the same. I could get really crazy and go. I probably wouldn't do that in performance, but it could be done. Just throwing it out there. If it works for you, then that's the way to do it. Okay, so. Okay, the next 2 notes. This is just a hint. I could go into it more if we were in person, but you've got a D to a G. You could play it 1st to 2nd, or 1st to sharp 2nd. When you do that, you risk spleen the G. and doing that kind of thing, or tonguing it, which is, I think, probably even worse. But because of the acoustics of our instrument, I'll just leave it there. If you play that D in a flat fourth, and then try to get a natural slur up to that G, once you get that natural slur out, I'd almost guarantee you'll never miss. I would practice that over and over and over without tonguing. Notice I did not tongue. I went from and that's not a regular fourth position or a regular second. That's a flat fourth D to a sharp second G. Yes, you could play the G in fourth, but then you've got notes in between. But this. Kind of increase your air as you go to that G. You'll once you get it, and that's not like the top note that you can play. If you can play a little bit higher than that, like up to high B flat, and G is just kind of not your max out range. You're gonna nail that every time. Okay, promise you it'll work. Okay, so. Now, the next passage, I went ahead and played the D in first because it fit the way the slide was going. And then when I go back out, there's natural slurs there. From the D to the E, which is in that flat second, to the F sharp, which is in the sharp third, and then the G, which is in the sharp second. I could play the G in fourth, but I'm not going to. If it works for you, great. It's there. My brain just doesn't function that way. But if yours does, good for you. You're awesome. Okay, going on measure 1, 2, 3, 4, measure 5 on the E. Here's that. Look at all these little picky details for intonation. E natural, a little bit further out than normal second. Okay. So the G, B, and D, all in fourth. Just make sure the D is out a little bit. I don't have to tongue anything in that measure. Yay! Unless I went. Please don't. Okay. Second measure, I continue that nice legato. Crescendo there, and somewhere in there, if I'm playing it for real, I should take a big enough breath so I can do that crescendo and I can get to this low G with a good sound. Also notice that it's mezzo forte. You've had a mezzo piano and piano before this. So this is one of the louder points so far. Both those are natural slurs. Well, if you got a vowel, the E to the C is. Unless you got to be a really geeky and you went 7th to 6th. I know some people that might do that. I would not be one. Again, it's there if that's what makes you feel good. Okay. Then the third measure on the second line, the 16th. It's a D scale, but no, it's a D scale with a C natural. Ask your band director what mode that is. Except, well, it does go up to a D in the next measure. There's the next note, okay? There's those famous notes again, D, E, F sharp, G. You should know or remember from the previous line how to adjust those pitch-wise. Rhythm-wise, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. Retard on that measure. right back into tempo on the last measure, and a little taper at the end. As I may not have said it in this grade level, but never start when you see piano. Don't get all paranoid about that. Say, oh, I've got to play soft. There shouldn't be anybody with a decibel meter telling you that that's a soft passage there behind the cardboard screen listening to you in an audition. If there is, please let me know about it, and I'll come smack them around. They shouldn't do that. That's not. What is piano? Piano is the comfortable sound you can play. Okay, softly, yes, but comfortable. It has to be a little bit louder than what maybe somebody considers to be piano. As long as the tone is good, you want a good, solid tone to begin with on these etudes. Okay, all right. There's some good little dynamic things that are written through here. It's a nice little etude, nice etude. All right. Happy tromboning.